Well, it's Wednesday the 9th of December. It's a grand day. It's very breezy, but it doesn't rain, and the river's gone right back down. That's one thing about these Dales rivers. I mean, it's obviously been up something like 12 or 15 feet. I'll show you in a minute. It's all hanging in a fence over there. But they go up and down maybe a foot an hour or maybe more. So within 12 hours, 15 hours, all that water's disappeared. I mean, the big problem is when it starts coming up at that pace. You've got to be very careful if you're standing on an island, or if you've crossed the river and you need to wait to get back to your car. You need just to keep your eye on that feeling. Or watch your stone. I normally watch a stone if I'm fly fishing. Suddenly you get that funny feeling of as if you're sinking into the riverbed, because as the water rises it squeezes your waders and you think your feet are going down instead of the water coming up. And that, together with a few sticks floating past, will tell you it's time to get to the other side of the river, otherwise you might end up with a 5 or 6 mile walk to get back to your motor. Midland Bridge being repaired. If I climb up this bank into this field, I don't know how far that would be, it must be 12 feet. You can see there how all that fence has been ripped out. So I'm strewn down the bank here. The barbed wire comes down the riverside and across the field. The stile and everything is gone. And all that rubbish hanging in that fence. And in this field used to be lots of bits of tree and things which had been left by other floods. Well, this big flood, it's just taken them all away. And it's piled them all up down there by the bridge, smashed the security fence and buckled it to hell. I mean, great big lumps of tree slammed up against it. Anyway, I've got a few maggots, a pint of mixed maggots. I'll just I would think the river's maybe carrying, I don't know what, it's maybe carrying a couple of feet, but it's got very little colour in it now. The other day it was just a colour of mud, but that all seems to have cleared away. So I'm optimistic that we'll get something on anyway. Hopefully we won't get any out of season trout. There's a nice little Grayling. Bonny thing. lovely. Another one. They're lovely. A little out of season trout, unfortunately. It's the first one, so can't complain really. Just put him back. Well, it's going on 4 o'clock now, and the lights faded. The action's died down. It's been a very busy afternoon. I had some great sport with a pint of maggots. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And it hasn't been that cold either, although it's been very windy. But I've got enough maggots for one more cast, and that'll be it. Anyway, join me on the banks of the river another day, and hopefully we'll have similar sort of action. Take care. Cheerio.